Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. We are again calling to you from Ajijic, Mexico. I'm Chris.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And we are EatWalkLearn. We vlog every Monday, drop a new video every Monday, and tell you about our life as nomads, full-time travelers, vegan eating, hikers, socializers.
Lovers. Sorry.
Whatever you want. It is
Valentine's Day.
week. So that's what we talk about. So give us a like, give us a subscribe, and we're going to tell you what we've been up to this week in Ajijic, Mexico. So, number one, we've been doing a lot of drawing.
Yeah, so it's been really nice because this is our second time that we joined the Ajijic or Lake Chapala drawing club. It's a
Urban sketching club.
Urban sketching. It's a Facebook group, and about 20 people, and we hang out. And this week we hung out on the Malacan on Lake Chapala in Ajijic, and everybody kind of picks their spot and did some drawing. And we also had a chance while we were drawing and sketching to meet some people that were also visiting the area from Seattle.
Yep.
And so make new friends and do some drawing, and it was.
And then we have a drawing class on Tuesday at the Lake Chapala Society. So that's some designated instructor that we joined the Lake Chapala Society, which we've mentioned before, and it includes a free drawing class every Tuesday. So we've been doing that as well.
Every Tuesday, it was a lot of fun learning some new skills of how to draw more effectively and be able to be a better sketcher and a better artist.
Yeah.
Which is great.
So we also, living here on Lake Chapala, we see across the lake to the south a lot of white plastic things. So we decided to go on a little exploration. So we got our homeowners gave us their car, and we went on a little drive to a town called Jocotepec, and it was fascinating what we discovered.
Yeah, I mean, Chris said it was the white plastic things. We really couldn't tell what they were. People told us that the berry fields were on the other side of the lake, and you could see just looked like white, huge fields. You really couldn't tell what it is from across the lake. But the way they grow berries effectively is that all the berry fields are all covered with a white plastic to protect them from the bright sun that they have here. And so it was great just to see all the different fields of all the different berries. I don't think we're quite in the right season because we saw some berries being picked, but really not a lot, and we didn't really see a lot of berries on the plants themselves. But it was great just driving around and seeing that. And
Jocotepec.
They call it Hoko, so for short, and great little town.
So we also learned so Jocotepec is where all of the agricultural folks live, the farmers live, and the pickers live. They live there, and when we went kind of touring around, it was a large town that was definitely focused on farming and was where not a lot of gringos live there. I would definitely say was the case.
Yeah, absolutely.
And while we were there, I got a chance to strike up a couple of conversations with some of the locals asking about the fruit pickers and what that meant. So the fruit pickers come in and they pick the berries, and the primaries, the first quality ones, are sent up to the U.S., and the segundas, the second quality ones, or in the slang here, they call them jugos for juice. The locals buy those and then bring them over here to Gringo Land in Ajijic and resell them as the seconds become the fruits in the market. And so you can get a 32-ounce bucket, so two or three of the green baskets, I guess, quantity worth of blueberries for 60 pesos, which is $3, and the other berries, the raspberries and the blackberries and the other berries are 35 pesos, so like $1.50. And you look at these and they're like, you can't believe they call them seconds because they're beautiful. Anyway, so in our drive, so we've been to Jocotepec, we've been to Ajijic, and we've been to Chapala, and they're three very, very different towns here on the lake. And I think if you're thinking about moving down here to Lake Chapala because the weather is beautiful and all the wonderful things you said, for three very different flavors of locations, which one do you think you like best?
I think I like Chapala best because it is really, it seems like it's got a better local community, local native Mexican community, and also it's a little bit more, I would say, touristy in that a lot of people come there for vacations or for the weekends and enjoy
the local Mexicans.
And enjoy the activity along the lake. There's
boats and Malecon and
Boats and
restaurants
Malcan,
and
yes.
And then Ho'oktepec is definitely the workers' town, and then Ajijic is Gringo land. So you've got like workers, gringos, business center along the lake. I think
Yeah,
I would, if
that's
I were
a
to
good way
live
to
here,
do
I'd
that.
probably live in Chapala.
Yeah, and I think Chapala would be a great place to live, and then you could it's just 15 minutes up the road to Ajijic. We've got, again, here where we're staying, they've got fabulous restaurants. It's really nice, cultural activities. We talked about all the different classes that we're taking that are here. There's great hiking, so it's
A lot
almost
of the comforts at home that you
it's almost
you
like
want home.
we're in the suburbs of Chapala. It's kind of feels like that.
Yeah. So we are here for another week, and then on Friday we head to Mexico City. But in the meantime, we've really made some nice friends here. Thanks again to the Go With Less group. I'll put a little link below on the Go With Less group, which is a Facebook group and also a vlog. So if you're on YouTube, catch Go With Less. We've met a lot of people. So we went up to Guadalajara for the night, had pizza party made a bunch of friends, and there's about a dozen of us there. And what we found out is of the dozen, that was like 6 couples, we're going to see all 6 of those couples again elsewhere in the world individually, and whether it's in Croatia or England or Australia or whatever, we're all going to be in different places at the same time. So we'll meet up with those folks again. And then also here in Ajijic, we met another couple from Jacksonville, St. Augustine area, and just went to the local soccer game and watched the soccer match and hung out with them. And
Goal!
and we learned some of the not so nice things to say too, which we'll tell you those things.
We don't
in person.
use the bad words here in Spanish. Yeah, we just don't do it.
So that was a lot of fun, just hanging out with the locals and watching the adult men, the adult league play soccer and socializing. It was fun to socialize, not in a bar, not over drinks, and not in a restaurant, just watching a soccer game. So that was kind of fun too.
Yeah, it was fun watching the soccer players, and halftime. The coach brings the case of beer for them for their refreshments for
Corona.
halftime.
They all drink Corona that's their halftime drink, and their after game drink is Corona. So
Yeah,
I think the team mom brings Corona.
Very entertaining. Actually, I was surprised. A pretty high level of
Very
soccer
technical,
players.
very good game.
Yeah, it was great.
So a lot of us have asked kind of how we do planning. So we thought we'd just take a couple minutes to tell you how we kind of conceptualize and chunk our planning. So we plan 3 months chunks at a time, and we plan 3 to 6 months in advance. So we had a 3-month plan that we were going to be in Mexico, and that 3-month plan is coming to the end in the middle of March. And so we are heavily into planning our next 3 months, which is the beginning of the end of spring, beginning of summer in Europe. And how do we do that?
Yeah, so the first question is, how are we getting back to Europe? And the answer to that is we're going to be hopping on a repositioning cruise again across Atlantic cruise that leaves out of Fort Lauderdale in the middle of March. And it takes about 2 weeks to get across the Atlantic. And we've got our first house sit in Naples, Italy, which is really excited because I've never been to that area. I've only been to Rome, so I don't know anything about Italy. So we're actually create what we call the big rocks. So what are some big anchors or some big places that we're going to be and we're going to do typically around house sits, and then what do we do around that? So that's typically our planning. But the other big rock is that we're going to be hiking the Camino. So we're going to
At the end of the next 3 months.
And it also it plans around, you can only be in the Eurozone for 3 months at a time before you have to leave again. It's called the Schengen zone, if you're not familiar with that. So that was that's the 3 months, the 90 days that we're
So
planning.
our first 2 rocks are one rock in Naples and then one rock in Porto. And that's a 90-day gap between the two. So then we picked up, some friends are going to see us in Tuscany, so that's another rock, so we placed that. And then I really want to take Steve to San Sebastian, Spain, so we've placed that as a rock. And then we wanted to do the coast of Spain, and so we picked up another house sit near Granada in May, right?
Right,
May, yeah.
right, middle of May.
Middle of May, and so that's a rock. So now that we had our rocks in place, we've decided how we're going to get around, and we have leased a car. So we will tell you about that in another video, the whole game about how we got a brand new car right off the manufacturing line with insurance how much that cost us.
Yeah.
Nothing, practically.
Oh, well, the car cost us something.
Yeah, but anyway, so that hints you at an upcoming video. So that's how we place our rocks. And so now what we're working on now is the daily route, the daily planning, the places we want to go. So we're asking a lot of questions in social media, getting advice from people on places to go. So to end our video today, since we're already at almost 10 minutes,
Happy
we try to
Valentine's
keep
Day?
them, we try to keep it under 12 to 15. Our question to you is, if you had a car and you were driving from Rome to Porto, so up over through France, down the coast of Spain, down to Faro, and then up to Lisbon and over to Porto, what would you absolutely make sure you saw? I mean, don't tell us the big things like the Alhambra or the Alcanis or Valencia. Like, tell us little things. Your favorite museum, your favorite restaurant, your favorite hotel, your favorite hike, your favorite oddball thing, your favorite, things we might read them as the 37th thing on someone's top 10 list or something, So give us those off the beaten path, obscure favorite things. And if the Alhambra was your favorite place, that's fine too. You can tell us that. But give us some really neat ideas for the 45 days we're going to be driving through the Schengen zone in the southern part of Spain. Sound good? Anything else? Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody, and we'll talk to you next week.